we've got a serious crisis with the Welsh NHS here, and £700 million needs to be found in savings over the next 3 years. Now, I guarantee you that there will be no administrators lost in the course of this. So how are they going to save and stop things like bed blocking and the use of contract nurses and all the things that are costing them tons of money?
Absolutely. I mean, this is very worrying, isn't it?
Well, I mean, where are
Very
you going to get
worrying.
nurses from if you're going to also simultaneously, under Brexit, shut down the borders?
Exactly. I mean, where are they going to come from if they don't come from abroad, you know? And the NHS is already failing, but rely in Wales and in England, actually, relies on consultants, doctors and nurses from abroad.
Yeah, but you know, Jeremy Hunt has already said that that's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, exactly. What a
After Brexit.
load of nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
But lives
that
are
is.
at risk here. I mean,
They are.
we're about
They
to
are.
enter the...
We're coming up to winter.
To winter and the flu season, and A&Es are going to be stretched to the absolute limit, as are various departments. And, you know, it's difficult enough to get appointments in, you know, certain areas of the hospital to begin with. You imagine cancer wards and other areas of internal medicine that are just going to be suffering under this.
Bed blocking is a very serious issue. I mean, I had personal experience of this because my elderly mother was in a hospital, Neville Hall Hospital in Abergavenny, and she couldn't go home at one point or back to the home she was in because, you know, there was nowhere for her to go. So she had to stay in the hospital, basically. And on another occasion, I got no problem with the care she received at all, but the communication is an issue. She just turned up in an ambulance at the home without a discharge letter, so they didn't know what to do. You know, so
How to take care of her.
She could have been given something that was bad for her because, well, apart from anything else, it's illegal, I think, to discharge somebody without a discharge letter. So they only found out, and she just turned up in an ambulance without anything, and they only found out what was wrong or the situation by ringing up the hospital. I mean, that can't go on, can it? And
No.
you know, I don't have any issue with the care at all. She received very care, but the communication is a real problem. It's a real problem.
It's terrible.
In the Welsh NHS. And for example, my mother had Alzheimer's, and I couldn't get any information from her about what the issue was. And one consultant comes around, or doctor comes around when I'm not there. So I had to use all my investigative skills as a reporter to find out what was going on, what was the situation, by looking at reports and notes, talking to nurses, things like that. I mean, that shouldn't happen, should it?
No.
It really shouldn't happen. And there was a kind of Dunkirk spirit in the waiting room of people who were trying to get information.
Crazy.